Hello there, viewers. No intro on today's episode. Oh my god. There was an earlier episode. I recommend you watch that before you watch this, just for chronological reasons. But it's because we're doing a little special extra episode. I wasn't going to do this as an episode. I figured we'd go straight towards the second leg. I've got to be honest, viewers. I think Paris Saint-Germain are going to be quite good. So this might be quite painful. But let's find out together just how painful it may potentially be. So of course, we've made it through our Champions League group. If we take a look at what we've done in the Champions League so far, let's do it like this. So far then, this is what we're talking about. It's been a little bit up and down, it's fair to say. 2 defeats either side of 3 wins and a draw. Getting through a group with Chelsea and Atletico Madrid, I think is pretty good, actually. I'm quite impressed with myself in many ways. 2 wins against Lille obviously made a massive impact, and obviously results here and there against Atletico and Chelsea were enough to get us through. It wasn't overly convincing, though. Paris Saint-Germain, on the other hand, they're quite good. They then had an unbeaten Champions League group stage result, and yeah, not too bad at all. Benfica and Leipzig both beaten quite well, but draws against Real Madrid. I mean, obviously quite a tough side, Madrid. You'd maybe expect that, and yeah, unbeaten. That's the bit that I can't look away from. They're yet to lose, and in Ligue 1, they're doing PSG things, aren't they? Neymar pretty good, Icardi pretty good. Icardi, though, in theory, right, won't be able to play against us. I assume that clause in his contract, 16 and 18 in the league, can play. Oh, good. So he can play. So the guy that we've. Oh, okay. Well, that's just smashing. That is. That's really good. I'm really pleased that the top goal scorer in France can just deal with us. Right, our team for this one then, we're coming hot off the back of our games against Zebra. So now, we're going to have to change a few things. Godin's out. He's just picked up an injury in between episodes for a few weeks with a thigh strain, so he won't feature. Renosha is going to come in to replace him, and we've got some tired legs out there. And the problem is, it's some of our better players. Baragi's not going to feature. Asamoah's going to come back in. He and Baragi have sort of shared that position this season. Gagladini scored against Zebra. I'm going to give him the chance to play ahead of SMS today. We'll put SMS on the bench, though, in case he's required. And the rest of the side, hold on, is going to remain the same. Danny Graham on the bench. Now I can relax. Everything's going to be fine. The rest of the team then remains largely what you've seen before. Let's get into this. I don't say that nearly enough. Let's get into this. I should make more of it. So, of course, they have got Icardi up front. It's a pretty deadly front three. Mbappe, Neymar and Icardi. This might be the system and the formation to stop them. If any formation might, this might be it. The rest of their team is bloody good as well, though. I can do without it, frankly. Been a good run lately. Go out there, impress me. To be honest, if they started doing backflips, I'd be like, I can't do that's incredible. I can't do that. So when I say impress me, what I actually mean is go out there and do things that help us win the game. That's what it should say. Not impress me is far too general. Backflips, Rubik's Cubes, anything like that, I'll be well impressed. I say all of this, by the way. PSG, they've started pretty hot. We're a minute in, and we're trying to defend it. And Mbappe plays it in. Icardi, the fact Icardi's playing. Now, admittedly, I didn't negotiate the transfer to PSG, the loan move to PSG, and I would not have allowed this to occur. Mbappe, by the way, I just noticed there's picked up a knock. It's in orange text up there, viewers. That might be good news. Out on this side, if he can go off, this game gets a significant amount easier. As he's on the ball, he's just passing it. He's not even running. He's knackered. He's done for. As Lukaku's trying to press, we win the ball back. Brozovic, he runs into Verratti, who's, again, himself pretty good. Herrera, Neymar. There's certain teams on Football Manager that have just got players that could do things like that. Just dribble in and out of teams. I haven't got one of those. Phil Foden's good, but he's not Neymar. I'll tell you what, though. Phil Foden, he's nipped in there. He's got the ball at his feet. Let's see what he can do. Is he Neymar-esque in his approach? He's running forward. He's gone very, very far. He's still going. Oh, dear me. Phil Foden. Just after you say Phil Foden can't do that, he proves he maybe can. Cavani's on the bench. Draxler. I mean, they're not short of talent, are they? As the fridge launches one forward. Foden, though, gets there first. Lukaku driving through. He's got a massive chance. You absolute clown. Romelu Lukaku there, developing or showcasing why Danny Graham tends to do better than he does. I don't know what it is. It's not like he's not having chances. Verratti corner, though, whipped in. I mean, oh no, Thiago Silva was there. They let it off to Diallo. Marquinhos. Oh, it's not going to count. The assistant hasn't moved, viewers. I know he's just behind me. It's apparently Icardi was offside. Did Icardi touch the ball? I mean, they're showing it here as Marquinhos. It comes back to him. Oh, my word. So Diallo shoots. It doesn't even hit Icardi. It doesn't really go near him, but they've ruled it out. I love VAR, me. Love it. I don't know if you could see it from that, by the way. You probably couldn't. It's not ideal, is it? We've got a corner of our own now. Brozovic played in. Lukaku. I mean, that looked like a big chance to me. This is the home game, remember? So if we can stop them from scoring, that could be huge going into any potential second leg. Honestly, I thought we'd be getting dominated a little bit more than this, but it's not happening, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the spectacle of it as we go all the way back to Handanovic. Against some of the better sides this year, Zebra being the example, right? We do tend to play a little better. We tend to up our game. We can still lose 4-1 here, but so far, enjoying it. Lukaku, the pace of him, gets there first. Can he put it back for someone? Asamoah, ball in. Oh no, D'Ambrosio was there. And now Neymar's got legs and he runs very fast. Oh no, Neymar running at our back line just shoots from there. That's very, very foolish. Shouldn't be doing it. If I was a teammate of that, by the way, and I was running for counter-attack. Oh, he's just shot. That is outrageous. 0-0 though. At 0-0 though, half-time. At half time, it's 0-0. What's happened to my voice? I'm happy with the performance so far. Keep it up. They all look pleased with that. They all look chuffed. We've got to keep going there. There's a few players out there struggling. Asamoah on a 6.4. Martinez on a 6.4. We've got players on the bench that can maybe change things. The problem is there ain't too many of them. Brozovic isn't having a great game either. With half an hour to go, I'm going to make a couple of switches. Barbosa is going to come on for Martinez, and SMS is going to play a little bit of this game. Is going to come on for Brozovic, and we'll swap those two rounds because they slightly prefer that. Danny Graham, Alexis Sanchez, still there if required. We've got options, and I'm thinking with the chances of seeing Lukaku miss, if there's 10 minutes to go here against PSG, there might be a substitution we're all thinking of. As PSG, though, look to bring this ball forward. Preventing I can't stress it enough, viewers. Preventing them from scoring in this leg would be huge. Neymar goes for a goal. Handanovic, it looked like it was going wide, but still put it behind for a corner. And now they've got another opportunity. Verratti swings it in right-footed. Oh, that wasn't good at all. That was one corner highlight I really enjoyed. PSG themselves have made a few changes as Asamoah now on that left-hand side. I don't understand the logic. I don't know why you do it. Oh, God. Okay, Mbappe has been injured all game, still got the pace to destroy any defence in world football as, are you kidding me? The amount of people we see drill it into the side netting, and Mbappe's like, yeah, I'm just going to pop it in. No one's expecting that. Meunier plays it forward. It's a lovely ball into space as well. If you're going to play Mbappe, that's what you want him to be doing. Races in on goal, and from the most ridiculous angle, just plays it to the near side of the goalkeeper, and Handanovic is beaten, and we're going to have to respond. Kylian Mbappe scores, there's only one move. Danny's on. Can he once again produce a miracle? We're going attacking, which might be foolish considering if they get a second away goal, that could really hurt us. Cavani's on for Icardi as well, who's not had a great day at the office. Is there going to be a chance for us, or are PSG just going to come and do a job? There's 4 minutes left. I feel like we need to change something. Asamoah, D'Ambrosio, let's move them slightly further forward. We can switch to this system if we need to. We don't really do it often enough, to be honest, but I guess it's what we're going to do now. Danny Graham, an attacking target man. Come on, my friend. 3 minutes left. I'm expecting little, hoping for a lot, as it doesn't look to me like there's going to be any final highlights. And the final whistle goes. 1-0 defeat to PSG. Slightly underwhelming in terms of an episode, but thank you for the support on the earlier one. You said you wanted it. I gave it to you. And Mbappe scores the goal. It was quite nice to see a shot go in that didn't hit the side netting from that angle. It's a shame, though, it wasn't for us. I think in terms of a team talk, say unlucky boys, PSG, good side. You can't win them all, gang, can you? You can't win them all. Lyon and Liverpool 1-1 over there, but that's a real issue for us. Is Mbappe injured by any chance? Has he got a bigger problem? 3 days to rehabilitate, so he's going to definitely be back. And the way that our season's shaping up, we play them in 4 games' time, in between Udinese, Spal, Fiorentina, and then, of course, that cup game against Atalanta not long after too, which is probably the priority as things stand. League-wise for us, let's talk about it a little bit. 8 points off Lazio, who currently top the Serie A, and like I said before, there's a little gap developing. Roma, though, just 3 points behind us. It's that gap to Napoli that's substantial as things stand. So things are looking pretty good. Squad-wise, I'm relatively happy. There's been quite a few questions. Politano has rarely featured for me. He just doesn't fit the system. Like, I could play him up front now and again maybe, but I don't necessarily see him as a striker. I think some of his attributes, while decent for a striker, aren't as good as some of the other players that we've got. And yeah, all in all, you look at the minutes played, he's right down there. 58 minutes played. I think for a player like Politano, that is harsh. I did try to sell him in the January, but nobody was seemingly interested. He obviously hasn't played enough football. And also, some of the loan guys we've had, I think Sensi will join permanently at the end of the year. I've not really found a spot for him. I think he's probably better playing slightly deeper in a deep line playmaker sort of regista role, and I'm not using that currently. Again, could be a playmaker, could maybe use him more, probably should use him more, but they're just certain players. Like with Italy, you've got such a big squad that some players just don't fit into the system and the side. So I can't really help it. I feel like sometimes you have to leave players out. Rotation could happen more, and especially when you bring on Danny Graham every single game, that does affect things. But I've just not used a wide formation. That's been the problem for a lot of these players. If I play a wider formation, formation, I maybe want a narrow midfield, but I'm playing Foden, of course, in behind two with the wing backs. I really like the wing back system as well. I think it's cool. It's not something I use very often. And I think with Football Manager, you've got to try and have fun with it. There's lots of people suggesting like change the tactic, change the formation, but I'm just experimenting, right? I've played, I don't know how many games I've played this season, 25 in Serie A and a few cup games in there and Champions League games. So I've probably played around 35 matches so far. I'm still trying to figure out the game. I've got a Spurs save going on. Hopefully you can appreciate that. And again, I mentioned at the start of the series, right? Part of this is my progression as a manager, learning what things work or which things work, learning what doesn't work. And I think in this series already so far, there's been certain things I've realised, yeah, you can't really use certain midfield roles together because they just don't operate very well. Whereas what we've got now isn't too bad. Losing to PSG, big side, big team, really good players is no disgrace, especially for a team like Inter that haven't been at the top of the elite football for a while. So I don't think it's a problem, is what I'm getting at. And I've enjoyed the series. You seem to be as well. Thank you so much for your support on it. If you want to drop a like on this one, please do. And I will see you over the weekend for a couple more episodes. We'll play that PSG game. We'll play the Cup game. And I'll see you for them. With love, with care. Until next time. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Have a lovely weekend. Go on me. Have a good weekend.